Hello, hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? Is my mic up? All right. Thank you guys so much for coming. If you're here to see Black Girl Podcast, let me hear you make some noise. Listen, I want you guys to know that Black Girl Podcast is not only a New York thing. I'm hearing we got some people from the DMV in the house. Yes, DMV, are y'all here? No? DMV's not here today? Y'all ain't show up. New York City, are y'all here tonight? New Jersey, Connecticut? Ooh, okay. We have listeners from LA. Scotty Beam just met somebody from Australia who listens to Black Girl Podcast. I want you guys to know that they really do this for y'all. All of the beautiful Black and brown women and men, this podcast is literally for you. So make some noise for BGP. I want to see how dedicated you guys are. So if you've been listening to Black Girl Podcast since episode 1, let me hear some. Make some noise. Okay. Now, if you recently caught on to BGP and you fell in love with them and then had to binge listen to everything before you got here today, make some noise too. Now, for everybody who listens, if you feel like these girls are friends in your head, please make some noise. Yes, I love it, I love it, I love it. Now, my name is Mia Bell. I also work at Hot 97 and WBLS. I'm a digital studio producer. I'm also a rising talent. I have a show called Hot This Week. It airs on YouTube via Hot 97. So if you guys, want to check that out or whatever. Yes, now I've been working with these girls for a while. I've seen Black Girl Podcast come into fruition, and it's so beautiful to see how consistent and transparent that these ladies have been for 2 years now? December 2016 is when they started? Wow, it is so beautiful to see how much they have evolved, and now this is episode 34. Live and direct for you guys. So make some noise for that. Episode 34. Now, I know you guys all know Safira. Yes. Alicia P. Bex Francois. Gia Peppers. Scotty Beam. And tonight, you guys will be able to be included on this podcast. So let me give you a little background on these women. I know you guys already know everything about them. But Alicia P., she is the coordinating producer at Complex Media. Make some noise. She also works on Karen Civil's show at Complex. She's the creative producer for Funk Flex and his freestyles. I know you guys watch that. All right, now we got Bex Francois, my Haitian sister. She is a production manager and art director. She's worked with so many different brands: Vice, Hot 97, WBLS, BET, make some noise. She also does all of the creative content for BGP, so all of the visuals you guys see, Bex is behind that. Now, Safira, Miss Sassbox, make some noise. Yes. Safira is the owner of Sassbox. She's also a social media manager and curator. She's worked with Hot 97, WBLS, the legendary radio personality, Shayla New York Sweetheart, make some noise. That is Scotty Beam's mama. Yes. Safira is also a co-owner of a dance studio, It's Dance in New York City. Make some noise for that. She's worked with Vibe, all of these great, great places. Now we got Scotty Beam. Yes. My sister, I am her adopted sister. Yes, her mother adopted me. And Deani be hating all day because I get all the love. But anyway, Deani, Scotty Beam, she is an on-air host, a media maven. She worked with all these amazing brands. Hot 97, I know you guys heard her on Ebro in the Morning. She worked with Angie Martinez, Revolt, Verizon, Reebok. She's done so many great things in the industry and is continuing to grow. Make some noise for Scotty Beam. All right. And we got Gia Peppers. Who knows Gia Peppers? Yes. Now, Gia Peppers is also an on-air personality, an entertainment journalist. You've seen her on the NBA. She works with VH1, Essence, all of these great brands, Hot 97, Ebro in the Morning. These girls have accomplished so much in their short lives, because we all young, yes, and have so much more to accomplish. But I want you guys to know that the most special thing that they have done together is Black Girl Podcast. Now, all of these women are movements by themselves. Finish the sentence for me, but hallelujah, yes, one more time. A what? Yes, a movement by themselves, but a force when they're together. So without further ado, I need you guys to make some real noise for Black Girl Podcast. Let's go.
Hey, everybody. Oh, hey, everybody.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
Wow, you guys actually came.
Right. like everybody who RSVP'd actually
all of them came. And the people outside.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right. And y'all came on time. Shout out to y'all being on time, though.
I'm not gonna hold them back like that.
Y'all wasn't gonna be on time.
But they was here before me. That's what the crazy part was.
You're always late. Please
Okay,
stop.
okay,
Please.
thank you.
We're in front of a lot of people.
I'm not always late. Let's not
We're
lie.
here.
My
You
mother's
are
here.
always-
My mother's here. Thank you. Let's not lie.
Fine. Thank you guys for coming out. I really do appreciate it.
Yes.
Now we're going to start the podcast how we usually start.
Hey.
If you do listen to it, you know I'm going to start it with an ignorant hello. Okay? So that's how we're going to start it. Can y'all hear me though?
Yes.
Y'all sure?
Yes.
Sure.
Right.
Can you turn her up?
I got to scream.
Turn my music high. Yeah.
You don't know.
Yes.
But you do.
Yes.
All right.
There we
Good.
go. There we go.
Black Girl Podcast, episode 30.
Y'all get a slow clap from me.
I am happy
Yes.
you guys do that because I did not know. All right.
None of us know.
Yes, it's Scotty Beam.
Saphira M.
Gia Peppers. Bex.
Alicia P.
Yes. All right. So now we're gonna do updates because I think we need an update. We haven't done it in what? 2 weeks?
We've been consistent.
We've been very good.
They could tell you though, because they was tweeting us like, oh my God, another
Right.
episode? Oh my
Back
God,
to
another
back.
episode?
Right. We've been trying to be consistent for y'all.
Yes.
So let's start with updates. I'm gonna start with Bex first. Yeah. We gotta get back here.
Because you have been so deep in your growth, honey.
You've been growing so much.
You've been growing.
I'm super nervous right now.
I
I'm super fucking nervous right now. Because it's one thing to say what you're doing and going through because you can't see nobody but the four of y'all.
I know.
And I can actually see everybody. It's kind of like...
I know, it's like...
But they know all our business though.
Right, they know all of our business.
And we have never gotten this dressed up for an episode, by the way.
Right.
Oh, yes.
Be blessed.
That is a fact.
I have been myself this whole time. I have dressed this way
This is me.
every day.
This is true.
This is me every day. I just have a very fancy pair of sneakers on, and that's it.
Point them out, sis. Point them out.
Oh my God.
All right, Rebecca, don't think I'm off it. All right, let's go.
Oh, damn. I'm cool. I'm just going to talk about right now. I'm really overwhelmed. I'm really fucking scared. I'm really fucking nervous. You know, this is big for me because a lot of stuff that I do, I don't usually share with like my family, and my family is actually here tonight. I'm so happy that they can make it. So I'm just like,
Hi, family.
Family.
So I'm just happy to be here, y'all. I'm
Amen.
just happy to be here.
Amen.
What did you do last week, though? Right, I know you did. Like today was great.
So I picked up a camera recently, and I've been booking gigs.
You booking gigs?
Yeah. I've been booking gigs.
Book a gig, sis.
I'm
gigs.
gigs. I'm getting into my groove of like, becoming a freelance videographer. So this is new, but it's exciting. I like it a lot.
Well, I will book you, sis.
Book me.
Yes.
Book
Yeah, you have
me.
a great Instagram eye. So she has great Instagram. Like Instagram, the outlook, how it looks like, the colors and all that, the layout, all that. Rebecca's been on it since she came to Hot 97.
She
I
just
realized
posts like
that.
once every 3 years.
Once every
but it's
3
fine.
years, yeah.
But when you
I'm
do
such a
post, the photos are fire.
The photos are always good.
Of herself, though.
Quality.
Recently, though, I have to give a shout out to Justin and also to Elliot Farmer, who's here today. They did the most recent photo.
Elliot.
He be making black women
His
look
eye is
like.
fucking sick.
Elliot took our picture, our first.
That
my
picture,
God.
That's
yes.
his photo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yay, Elliot!
We were so young. All right.
My youth. Look
I know.
at it.
So is that it for your
That's
update?
it. I mean, short and sweet. That's it.
Okay.
I'm good.
Alicia.
Oh, man. I knew that was going to happen.
I'm feeling.
What are we doing? Am I talking about how I feel today? Well, my edges are still here, so I'm good. Was nervous about that.
You got some strong edges.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know how I feel about a hairline and an edge. You know how I feel. Super excited to be here. I cannot believe how full this room is, and it means the world to me that everybody that RSVP'd actually showed up, so thank you. What have I been doing in the last week? I have actually been resting.
Yes, get them bags.
Just been working a lot. Just need to sit for a second and partying and trying to have a social life, because I didn't have one for a really long time.
Please.
Working at Hot. I did. When?
Alicia.
When?
What you mean you ain't have no social
You was
life?
out all the time, Alicia.
Not when I was at Emma's Communications.
And you
I
threw
was
like 2
sleeping.
Oh no,
Are you
she wasn't out at Emmett.
After Emma's
Yeah,
Communications.
no, because let me tell you something. We went to Crawfish Boil, right? Your girl Alicia was twerking.
We telling business.
Like, everybody saw
This
it.
is your
Instagram
business.
story.
But keep it on the.
Everybody
You
saw
were
it.
all over my timeline.
Right.
Anyway, so besides,
Right. So please.
I told you I was being social. Anyways, but yes. So yes, I've been being social, just trying to like get out there, meet people, just be. That's one thing I just didn't know how to do, and I feel like I'm finding my groove a little bit. And my nephew's here to see me. So I'm really happy. Look at him. Happy to see him, and my sister's here as well. So I'm super.
Okay, he's cute. Put him on TV.
I know he is. He's actually on TV already, but that's for another day.
Oh, he's on TV?
Yeah.
I'll watch you.
Hey,
He's up.
that's so good. No, it wasn't like that.
No, Gia. I'm talking about Gia.
I was getting concerned.
No.
Your eye.
Sorry.
All right. Now, Alicia, are we done?
I'm
with
done, yeah.
Your update?
Just
ahead, Pat.
tweeting.
All right. I'm gonna do Safira.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do Safira. Safira, what's the update looking like?
So, in the last week,
You
I
look
actually.
good.
Thank you.
Don't see it!
Clap it up for that glow. Let's
Get closer.
That is soft and kente.
Right?
I see the kente. sis.
And I need y'all to understand, that's Safira's natural face. There's not a foundation,
okay.
a concealer,
Not a
or nothing on that face.
No
I don't
foundation.
wear no makeup.
I need y'all to understand it.
Just
No,
the lip.
I mean, I don't wear makeup, everyone, at all. And let's praise Antoinette Martin
Yes,
for that good
Antoinette.
skin.
Where's mommy?
Mommy's right there. But
Where's
what
Mom?
have I done? I got good news, y'all. I got good news. What have I done in the last week? So I am now the social media manager for Ashley Stewart.
She got a job, y'all. She got a job, y'all. She got a job, y'all. She got a job, y'all.
Big girl. Big girl.
I started last week. It's been
I
absolutely.
like that.
Y'all are
That's
crazy.
terrible.
It's been absolutely an amazing experience. I couldn't have asked for a better position. It's literally everything that I prayed for, and I'm excited. Other than that, I just been chilling. Nothing there.
Come on with a
Just
chill.
being me. Shout out to the people that be you.
That was so cute.
I always do disclaimers, so I had to give it live.
Yeah,
in
shout out to
effect.
the people who
Shout out
are
to the
being
people.
themselves.
Yeah, being themselves.
Gia Peppadex.
Peppa Dips.
Peppa
That's an
Dips.
interesting.
That's a new one.
That's not. What
Is
we're
it
gonna-
new?
That's new.
That's new. Yeah,
That's
that is
new,
new.
but we're not gonna keep that.
I like that. I like Peppadex.
I don't like
It
that.
sounds like a restaurant.
Peppa Dips.
That sounds like a Jamaican
Dips.
restaurant. Peppa Dips.
I can't.
I like
No,
that.
I'm What's up, Peppa?
And when you walk in, the lady gonna be like, no plantains, bye.
We gotta have that.
No jury, no plantains.
So what do y'all have?
Cabbage.
We have cabbage
And spinach.
and patties.
And that's it.
And that's what we have. You're welcome.
Shout out to the local Jamaican restaurant.
Facts.
Which ones are left?
What you been up to?
Right.
Since the last week, I did a little commercial with VH1, so that was fun. It's called the VH1 Hustle. It's really like branded content. You know how they do.
It's a commercial.
They
still.
make things up for brands, and so I am doing I'm doing branded content for them this summer, so I'll be at a few festivals. So when you check the network and you see a girl, just be like, I know her because y'all know me. And that was a lot of fun. And then celebrated Father's Day with my dad. And that was great.
What? Say the last one.
Father's Day with my daddy.
Oh, I was like,
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm sorry that I
Thank
speak like a
anybody catch that?
Teletubby sometimes.
I just need y'all to count how many
Father's Day
accents
with my
happened in
dad.
that.
Oh,
I
okay.
thought you
With
said
my
Lady
dad.
Ab. I'm like, who that?
There's about 3
I
accents
don't know,
in that,
but my dad is
counting?
incredible.
Super.
But you know who's next? Young Scotty Beam. What you been up to, girl?
I'm just saying
Katisha
blessed. I'm saying blessed. All that. Well, the first big news is
Yep.
I got a nose ring.
Yes.
That's really big. It's really
That's
big.
not the big news.
I'm for it.
It's coming, it's coming, it's coming.
My mother's against it, so she's not really for it right now. She has not clapped. But I love the nose ring. I needed it. I wanted it since I was 15. It was time. My mom cannot slap the hell out of me in public, so I can do this now.
Gross.
Now, but later she can, but who will know? So that happened, and then I worked with Reebok and Gimlet Creative on a podcast series called Flipping the Game that talks about sneaker culture and, well, women in sneaker culture and also women in streetwear culture. And we're trying to get people to stop neglecting women in all cultures, like in all industries, but sneakerwear and streetwear, it's just important because a lot of us are out here, especially women of color. A lot of us don't get a lot of spotlight. So I think it was time to do that, and Reebok found a way. You know, they called a little black girl up to do to host, which was big, and do some storytelling. And so far, the reviews is 5.0. So the rating is 5.0.
Okay. Just tell them.
And that was my blessing, and that's really dope. And that's it. I think that's all that's going on. I've been chilling, relaxing.
At the crawfish boil.
I was not twerking
Right,
like
she trying to
somebody.
drag me
Did y'all not see her post twerking? Sis. You recorded it.
That was crazy. Wait.
Remember that
But
last two posts?
it was a subtle like, ooh.
No. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
You don't even dance like that. Are you serious?
Never
Tongue
ever.
out, right? Was it on tongue out
Never
for that?
have
She
you
will
ever.
twerk.
I've subtly
I
twerked.
cannot.
Oh, what?
Where's the
I thought it was my ex in here. I was like, escort him right out.
Security.
For real.
Security.
That's crazy.
Now,
Praying for them to come in here.
now that we've given updates, and I love how short they were beautiful. I just want
That's
to,
a
we don't
record.
ever give short updates,
Never.
you guys know that. But I do want to talk about this picture. And I do want to talk about where we were in this picture.
Why?
Why?
Because this was the beginning
Yeah.
of something that we weren't unsure about.
We didn't know what the hell we were doing.
We were unsure, and we had no clue we didn't know what,
We hate
Barely could take a
podcasts.
can't curse
goddamn
in here.
picture.
we didn't know what we was doing in there.
We can curse.
My mother's here.
Oh,
I
you're
can't
right.
curse.
Sorry, Mom.
Right.
Sorry,
y'all
Miss
can
Shayla.
Thank
Like,
you.
yeah.
I was actually
I got
praying
mommy.
on the way here, like, damn, my mom gonna be happy.
Right.
Oh, your mommy too? Okay, no cursing, sorry.
No
Right.
cursing.
But
Because we never curse anyway.
Right, you just
Oh, what?
all press episode 1.
I do.
right.
Sorry, mom.
Except me.
Except me.
I just want
A whole lot of lies floating here today. It's crazy.
Episodes of lies.
let's talk about where we were in this picture. and how we've evolved to right now. So if anybody wants to start, looking at these, I see my lost eyeballs right now. Look at that lost face.
Who's this child?
Who is that? Where were you right then? Where were you when we recorded our first episode? Where was your mind at? You remember, because we were.
I think I was stuck. I was in a place. How old was I here? 29? Might have been 20. Relax.
I didn't say things.
We didn't say
anything. I didn't say anything.
First of all, because you told us off last night in the group chat, so I was like, not saying anything about it.
No ageism.
No ageism. Everyone's
doing it
welcome.
anyway. No, I think I might have been like 29 or just have turned 30 at this point. And I was just lost in a place just trying to figure out, like, where am I going? I'm 30. I'm still working part-time. I work for a brand where everybody thinks I'm a millionaire, which is so annoying because they think you have the Maserati out front and a doorman, and I'm actually working every 2 weeks getting a check that's probably less than somebody working at McDonald's. So,
Come on.
Those are the facts.
I feel you, Brother E. I feel you. So I was just in a place just trying to figure out if passion was what I was going to do with the rest of my life, or if I was going to put money in front of, like, what was important to me, if I just needed to be an adult and be 30 and work a 9-to-5 that I didn't care about and, just figuring it out. And I was just like, well, I guess I'll just tell everybody my business and see what will happen with it. But I'm so glad this happened, because without that moment, without being lost and confused, I wouldn't have been able to evolve in front of you guys and even get here today. So that picture, as hopeful or hopeless I might have been in there, has completely changed my life. So thanks, guys.
Amazing.
Short and sweet, short and sweet.
Cry. We need tissue on deck.
Where was you?
Where was I? Okay.
I'm so glad I get to see Sophia in all her Sophia.
This is really her, by the way.
Yeah.
It's not me. I'm showing off. It's really me.
Okay.
That's a scared girl. That is a girl that had a lot of fear in her heart. 2 years ago, I was petrified about wanting to step out and want to do what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to High 97. High 97 is amazing. But at that time, I think I was lost with what I wanted to do there. I don't think there was enough opportunities for me at that time. I feel like I've learned everything. I did every job. Everything was there. I've done I just didn't want to be there anymore, and I did not know how to leave. So around this time, I did not believe in podcasts. I actually was one of them that was like,
I don't think any of us
We
did.
hated it. None of us listened.
I didn't want to do it because I was like, everybody has a podcast.
podcast.
What makes ours different?
Right.
So I was just scared. That was a scared girl. I dyed my hair a crazy color. I know that was turquoise year. That was the year of the turquoise. And I was lost. I was completely and utterly lost. Not saying that I'm not lost now. I mean, I'm still trying to find my way, and I'm still trying to navigate where I'm going. But I have a better view right now. I think I didn't have a view then. Everything was cloudy. I just wanted to make sure that I was making everybody happy. And that's where I was at that moment. I was walking on eggshells with people, trying not to give too much of my talent, show too much of my talent, because I didn't want anybody to feel like I was stepping on toes. I didn't want to do anything to make anyone upset at that time. I basically was dimming my light at that moment, just so that other people can shine. So that's where I was 2 years ago. That's exactly where I was, yeah. So Savera, where was you at?
I had hair.
You still got a lot of hair, though.
I see it grow, too.
I had hair. Shit.
Right.
You did have hair.
Mad hair.
You had hair, Rebecca.
You can barely see her face.
Yeah.
I was over
Oh,
it.
well.
I was over it. I was over it. I was over it. I was over it. I was over MS. I remember when we took this picture. This was like in December,
Yeah. It's really
early summer, and I was so over it. I had just transferred to, earlier that year, I transferred to sales and marketing, thinking I was gonna make big bucks, and I was, in a sense, compared to the peanuts that we were making. Shout out to Emmis.
Fact.
And no shade, just honesty.
Right.
And I just was over it. I was like, I guess it was some type of arrogance now that I look back on it. I'm like, I'm quitting. I'm going to quit my job. I can't wait. Hate this place.
No, but this was really happening in
This
the
was
hallway.
really happening.
Like,
it was
walking
happening in
down
the
the hallways
hallways.
every day.
I think
No,
I had a
seriously.
conversation with my mom, and she was like, yeah, you could do it like in April. And I was like, yeah, April. Knowing good and well, I was like, nope, I'm doing it now. But I was just so over it. I was ready to let the world know about SassBox, honestly. I had filmed that TV show, Queen Boss, and I was waiting for that to come out. Where else was I? Mentally, I was really just overworking for someone else. And I just was like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do it on my own. And I'm very much the type of person that's like, whatever I say I'm going to do is gonna happen, even if it bites me in the ass. And that's where I was. Mentally, I just was like, whatever. I'm out. And a month later, they was like, oh, you want to be out, sis? Be out.
You spoke it. You
I
spoke
spoke it
it.
into existence.
She
I'm
spoke
almost done.
it.
I spoke it into existence. And they fired me, and I didn't care because I was collecting some good old unemployment checks.
All right?
And I was able to build my business. Yes.
Listen,
Hi, Jimmy.
Hey, Jamia.
I was able to build SassBox off of it. So thank you, MS. And now look where we at.
Facts.
Look at where SassBox is at now,
Unemployment
my
got me
guy.
back to school. Okay? So that's how I got here. Who's next?
Bex or G?
I mean,
Oh, well. Go ahead.
I was new. I was newly dating someone special. We're back together now, so it doesn't matter.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
You did it.
what?
That
Whoa, 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 whoa. What are you talking about?
Yo,
Sorry.
No, that's really not cool, though.
You
Like,
didn't
How we
tell
know?
anybody.
First of all, she told on herself. That's one.
It's
Because
all right.
I wasn't even
I'm
saying
nervous.
nothing.
I was on myself.
What?
We back together? What happened?
what happened?
What happened
And then you
that y'all
kept being
wasn't?
like she knew.
Right. We're back
We're back together. Don't worry about
don't
it.
worry, it's over.
Nobody knew.
No.
No.
I am legit.
I mean, nobody should know, but you know, like we supposed to know.
Where was you?
Where was I?
Where was you?
I was hopeful.
No, we're not gonna talk about. Yo,
That's for
First of
episode
all, you
35.
ain't know about no hoes. How
That's for episode 35.
No. I had it then. I was hopeful, and things were very promising. We're on the up and ups.
she was excited.
I was really
What was I hopeful about?
She was booed up.
Yeah.
Booed up.
I hate that song, please. I hate.
You hate everything.
I
We
know,
can't
I'm
sing
sorry.
anything.
It's just too perfect of a
Please.
fucking song. Of course. No, it's like I had left my previous. I'm mad. This is all about. I go to therapy. I talk about love all the time. This is like, don't I have anything else to talk about?
You do.
So I got out of my previous relationship and situation. I was on a path of like learning and discovering myself, loving myself better. And then he came along and I was like, love, of course.
Right,
Follow this.
yes.
This is love.
Yes.
So cute.
And I banked so much into the other person and that other person fulfilling what I was looking for instead of looking for it on my own for myself. And it ended up revealing itself months later on some like, I realized I was going to start resenting him and getting mad at him for not fulfilling things that were really my responsibility to fulfill to begin with. So, and it was the hardest thing.
A word.
A word.
word.
Y'all better tweet that.
Yeah, tweet that.
Tweet that.
Please.
BGP Live, please.
At my girl.
It was right after a therapy It was right after a therapy session, and she had poked something about my mother and about the difficulty of loving, communication, and how like that I just buried that so super fucking deep. She poked at it. I got super aggressive, super anxious, super angry. I called him up. It's like, I'm gonna need you. I don't know how I'm gonna need you, but I'm gonna need you. You need to step up. It's like, he didn't know, like, what the fuck? What's going on? Like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, I'm crying, I'm yelling at him. He's my punching bag at this moment. He don't even know.
Yeah.
And we got off the phone. I calmed down a little bit. And whatever.
No, you have family here.
I know, come on, they know.
It was hookah.
I'm the one in the family that.
It was hookah, sis.
I'm the one.
Sorry.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, so like, and just shit that like I just never wanted to address a face. We're coming full front, forward. Sorry, guys, I'm nervous still. And I was like, I need to stop everything. Like that's how kind of like I deal with things. I need to establish a moment of peace in something and then pivot from that. So I was like, everything needs to stop. And I was talking to Safira and my friends at Pink Pig, you know, Nick and Cash and stuff like that. And I was just trying to talk it out to myself. And I was like, what needs to happen is I need to go back to properly loving myself or doing things to love myself. And
No matter who's in it.
no matter who's in
Yeah.
it. And showed up. Like we were going through something. We had an argument and like he didn't think we were gonna break up or anything like that. So I went over, sat down. I did the take it easy,
She
baby.
had the Ruger on her.
Take it easy, Scotty.
I
Said, this
can't.
is not hard. This is gonna be very hard to say. And it took him by surprise.
I bet.
And I said,
Because it took her by surprise.
I
know,
it took
that
me
was-
by surprise. I said, we're breaking up.
Oh, wow. You didn't even say, do you want, like, let's talk? Like, you just was like, we're breaking up.
And I took a gamble and I said, if this man truly loves me, me saying this to him, he's going to understand what I'm talking about. He's going to understand where I'm coming from. So I took the risk. I bet against it, took the risk on myself and was like,
Gia needs to tell us where she was sometimes.
what?
You guys are so
Somebody get this girl some
Tissue,
This is
please.
the
I
Disney
just love
coming
them
out.
so much.
No,
You just can't.
he doesn't even know that part. He doesn't know that I had to like struggle to muster up the courage to even say that. Like
Well, he
it
gotta
almost
know
didn't even
after
come
this
out.
episode.
Yeah. Hi. I don't.
Hello.
Yeah.
He's here
black
somewhere.
man.
Hey, hi.
Hey, black man.
Hey, black man.
Hey, black man. And he was just like, what? Like, heartbreak.
Oh, no,
Heartbreak.
God. And then what happened? What?
Both of us. But I mean, he understood that like I needed.
I'm sad.
Like I'm
They're
going
back
through it.
I know, but it was a rough hardship.
But this is like watching an episode of This Is Us right
Yes.
now. Like this is very tough.
I mean,
This
generous.
is us.
that's generous.
All of us.
I am
It's so
stressed.
dramatic.
Where were you?
Wait, Rebecca wasn't done, right? What's that?
I'm sorry.
We were in the last 10 minutes of This Is Us. Calm down.
Wait, no. That's because you heard the story. Don't me.
I'm not gonna get into the nitty-gritty of it because
But then,
it's
like, wait,
also
what
his
happened? Like,
privacy
I want to
too.
get back.
That's right.
How did
That's
it
right,
happen?
sis.
We
That's right.
communicated. We talked through what the problems were. We do like report cards, like how am I doing as a partner?
Does he
I
get
wanna-
an A?
We're doing report cards.
They're still
He doesn't not get
know I'm
it, but
childish.
neither do I. Because I wasn't showing up because I was like mad that he was good and I wasn't. So I was doing shit that wasn't proper in the relationship. So I need a report card too. So we're still did he
Progress
laugh?
reports.
No, it's still, y'all are good now.
No. He ain't even over there. He ain't even over there.
No,
He's not even over there.
It's so dark. I can't see.
no. We're fine. He's good. No, we got you, bruh. We got you, bruh.
We do.
You're good.
We sure do.
So right now, I mean, and Listen, it wasn't anything. It wasn't infidelity. It wasn't anything like we couldn't stand each other. It was literally just I gotta work on myself. I just gotta work on myself. I want to be better. I just want to be better.
I love it.
And he's like, I'm here. I'm your friend. I'm your friend. Come on, friend. Yeah, you clapping for that?
Get a
Friend.
Now y'all see why I'm so invested.
Yeah.
Anthony's bitch. Oh, sorry. What? No one heard it. No one heard it. No one heard anything. It's fine.
Y'all look so crazy.
So he's like, yeah, we're friends. And I think we're working more on like, because the first year is like the honeymoon.
Right.
The first year is like, I'm just kind of infatuated with you. I just want you around. I'm excited. It's new. But it's like, this is really who you are. Like, I'm seeing that. And he's seeing me too. And it's kind of, we're not scared of it. We're just like, okay.
Right.
So then tell me more. Tell me more. So that's how everything's pretty much working out now.
That's amazing. To be in a spot with somebody to not take anything personally, that you guys can have like a conversation. Because I'm Mrs. Personal. So I take everything personally. I am defensive about everything. But the fact that you can sit down with him, that's why we love them so much.
Yeah.
I mean,
They
we are not a poster couple by
But
any
no,
means.
but I mean, I don't believe in relationship goals or anything like that, but I do believe in connection.
Right.
The people that just connect. And you guys look like, whenever you guys are around, it's not fake. It's completely genuine. It's love in the eyes. It's not even about physical and touching each other and stuff like that, because that's cool.
That'd be nice.
That's cool, but it's the love in the eyes, the way he looks
very
at Rebecca, the way
particular.
Rebecca looks at him. It's something to see.
Absolutely.
It reminds you of what love is. Yes. That's why I like that. I think it's dope.
Yeah, that's why I was over here tripping, because like, I really remember that, Bex, and I remember like you were so like, just very like, you were,
I was cold.
like anti-emotion,
Dark,
like you were like,
Daria
you did not
for
want
real,
any of
Daria
that.
for
And I
real.
remember when you started dating him, you slowly but surely changed into like a warmer person who wanted to be better. And now this Bex is like so incredible. Not that I didn't love that Bex too.
You didn't. It's
But
okay.
I did. I loved all of it.
It was just a chord that we had to bring.
Yeah, but I also feel like just seeing like when someone, it's real when somebody makes you a better person. And so like y'all are, that's why I'm like over here like, what do you mean? But I'm so happy that y'all are working through it and like really killing it. That's dope. Shout out to Black Love too.
Shout out to Black Love.
Proud of you, sis.
I need you to stop. I need you right here to stop.
I'm not doing anything.
Okay.
I'm happy
It's
to be here.
It's the side eye. Pepper's the side eye.
Yes, I'm
Where
last.
are you?
This is so crazy. I honestly was much more green. I was very, very like.
I thought you meant green, and I'm looking for green.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
mind me. I'm
Like
just
green meaning like
Oh my God, Jesus.
fresh, bushy. But I'm still very like bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. But even more than like, I believed that like every little thing was super like. I think I believed a little bit more then. I think this past year has taken me through like major like life-changing turns that I did not expect. But my belief is nothing had happened. So like I didn't know not to believe. Like I'm like, duh. Like obviously, like everything is gonna happen the way I say. And this year, now I'm like, okay, so everything that I preached and believed in, and everything that I still believe, everything from here to now had been tested. And so now my belief is like, all right, my guy, so some things happen. We gotta get it back together. And so that Gia, like I wish I could that girl could give me a pep talk. Because I feel like she would have helped me now. Like been like, girl, stop being so damn dumb. Like just some things happen, like it's all right. And it's cool though, because I know she's still there. Like she's still me. So like working back to that Gia is the goal. Working back to the girl that like isn't afraid of anything.
She's there.
She's there, but it's just like
She's breaking through.
she's breaking through.
Booking, sis.
But it's just, life is a journey. I think everybody has different chapters, and I think my chapter right now is like y'all all had heard on the fight episode. you know, I'm fighting. So
We're all fighting.
we're all fighting. But where I was then was like I hadn't been in the ring yet. It was like I was running, you know when you put the jacket on, you're like,
Wait, those your real fists? That's how you fight?
The punches.
Right, that's how you, that's
great.
it. What,
Wow.
No, do that one. Do the right one.
No,
Yeah, that's that.
She's
That's the one.
lying to you. Don't do that.
really hated the last.
I'm from PG County and I've never been in a fight.
That's super cute.
So
Oh, there's some PG
Pretty Girl
people.
County. Shout out to the DMV because we in here.
We about to start shouting cities because I can shout Jersey out.
Thank you. You'll ride for Jersey to the very end. child.
Because only the real queens come from Queens.
Wow, y'all love us for real.
I have never ever
God.
seen this.
I'm not from
Y'all
Long
listen to
Island,
lie.
thank you.
Oh my God.
Don't do that.
She hates
This
it.
is
We're
crazy.
Queens girls.
Oh, we can't leave out though New York. Where New York at? If you're
Yeah.
from New York. Yeah.
Wow, Jersey went so hard.
Come on, Jersey.
Jersey's heavy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because I mean, okay, so y'all are cute.
We pull through. We show up.
But I'm so happy that we continued this,
Yeah.
because it's been
I know.
This year now was not that.
We
That,
know.
as a collective,
Wow.
we came a long way.
Yes.
That's a fact.
And we
came a long
know, and
way.
we know more now about each other, and we are learning each other, and it's like being in a girl group. Like we are really learning each other, and like
And none of us are Farrah or LaToya Lockett. Okay?
Farrah.
Whatever her name
It
is.
don't matter. She wasn't even on there no more.
We ain't her.
Isn't Tavia had to go fetch her luggage?
Yeah, her
Tavia had
too.
to go get her.
Child, it's a bunch of
my
Beyoncés in this group.
It's more like New Edition. Definitely New
What?
Edition.
It's only one Beyonce.
Bobby.
Wow, Rebecca, what I need you to do.
That's crazy.
No,
I just
she's
heard.
doing her
I just heard
Beyonce
you.
impression.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
no.
Gia.
All right.
Oh, what was you about? Oh, see, you're so shady. I don't understand why you do that to me. I don't.
That's crazy.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.
The album is really good.
Good.
Oh,
It's really good.
Let's talk about the album.
Wow, Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Uh,
Y'all thought y'all wasn't gonna get no album, but y'all got an album.
No, sis knew better. She knew not to come to the States with
Okay.
that same.
Okay.
Having it
We
over
love
here.
it.
We love the routine.
We
We
love
love
it.
it.
We know it by heart.
Yeah.
But sis knew we needed some new music.
Yes.
And
yes.
her husband's tagging along. He's great too.
Wow.
He's a great teacher.
I love Hope. I love Hope. I love Hope. I love Hope.
Crazy.
I
That's
love
crazy.
Hope. Mouse Jones.
All the men got so upset.
That's all that. No, I mean,
What's your favorite track?
nice.
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 Fuck you.
Don't do that.
You're cool.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. But honestly,
My favorite.
if we're being honest in
Ancient.
real life,
Here it
and I
goes.
know we are
Come on.
being, you know, guys,
Oh, God.
nah,
Oh, God. Oh,
I
God.
can't be, I have to be transparent with y'all. That's not what I wanted. That album was not what I wanted.
Oh.
I did not. We're gonna talk about the album.
Right.
We're not talking about what's favorite tracks. The album to me, it was not what I wanted. I said that earlier. You know, I said I don't want a Carter's album. I love Trap Beyonce. Sounds great.
Yes.
It was an amazing
She
Trap
does.
Beyonce album. But as far as I think it was okay. It was good. It wasn't classic.
No.
Like
It's
people
ugly.
automatically was like, I've never heard something this crazy in my life. And you know, that's for me reading hot takes all day. That's all I do is like read what people say about albums. But I honestly, I'm okay with this. It's
okay.
cool. It's cool. But I just didn't want everybody, I didn't want to lie to y'all. I just can't sit here and be like, I was jamming to it all day. I listened to it twice. 3 times for like, I think 3 times to really get my eye on what songs I really like. And Nice is what stuck out to me the most because Pharrell Williams is like a GOAT. So anything he touches turns to gold.
So as a Beehive treasurer,
disappoint yourself. Go ahead.
Dang, I thought you was the president.
Well, no, because the president has to like roll up on people, like
Gotcha.
throw CDs at Carrie Hilson. I don't do that. That's not a thing.
Yeah.
You know, that's the
How do you
president
apply
beehive.
for that?
There, oh no, you don't.
You
don't?
you
Oh,
gotta be
you don't.
selected.
Yeah, you.
Oh, you
yeah,
selected.
there.
Yeah.
I was selected.
Stress.
I selected myself.
would
And
do
so,
that.
what I
Right.
well, I know that some of us just like to hear Beyonce.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was just like, oh my God, she's back. She did something. Oh my God, anything, please. She gave us something. So I was just happy to hear her again. And summer feels like, oh, you're on a beach in Jamaica with a man.
Leave this
It's
accent.
never mind.
I think
That you know.
You're on a
Maybe
beach
I'll
in
have to pour.
Jamaica.
Oh my God, I can't wait. I don't have a man, but when I go to Jamaica,
When you go, you're gonna play that
Yeah.
song.
maybe I'll have
Yeah.
a man by then.
You never know, he might be here tonight.
Whoa.
Guys, that is my brother.
No,
Please
no,
don't. He's crazy.
Yeah, everybody manage you out, fam.
Please don't. He threatens
him.
people
He's
that
just
I don't
nuts.
even know that
You almost
supposedly
got
like me. So if he could leave, please, so I can talk. Jesus.
He's so embarrassed.
I mean, that's horrible. They thought we were dating because of that. No. He's my brother. He threatens everyone. But I liked it. I was just happy to hear them again, honestly. I don't think there's anything that, like, it was very of the moment. Like, the fact that Migos was on it is clear. That it's like,
They were
you know,
sharing
of the
it.
moment.
I think it was a for the culture album.
Yeah, it was it was for this culture right
Yeah,
now.
it was
Like,
for the culture.
June 20th, 2018
That culture.
What did y'all feel about the
Okay.
video? The visuals in that video.
Gorgeous.
The Louvre was incredible. They shut down the Louvre.
Yeah.
What?
I know.
I don't even know what the Louvre is, but it looked amazing. It was great.
Okay.
I have no clue. I swear to God, I was watching that and everyone was like, "It's the Louvre." I was like, who is that?"
It's all right. I still can't pronounce it. That's why I'm not saying
The
it.
love, the Louvre.
The love.
The Louvre. It's the Louvre.
The
It's the
Louvre.
love.
It's
I've
the
never
Louvre.
been.
That is so
Never.
ignorant, y'all. Don't talk about
Yeah,
it.
don't do that. Don't do
Don't
that.
talk about it. I did that.
Don't do that. But I'm glad we talked about it. And you know, if y'all does anybody else have anything to say before we open it up to our audience? Cause
Oh, snap now.
About the album?
yeah,
You know Rebecca gonna go ahead.
keep it 3,000.
It was cool. It was nice. It was like a trial run. It's like if y'all did an album together, okay, this
is what it
potential
sound
here
like.
is cool.
Thank you.
But where's the real album? Like this isn't it.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's really good for the summer. It's really good
For the
now.
summer.
But do they really always make good music together? They had a couple of songs where we were like,
Thank
Hollywood,
you.
do
But
that?
those were the ones that Khaled did. And they were
We can throw
trash 'cause
Hollywood in the
Hollywood was
trash.
Hol- I liked Hollywood.
You liked
I
Hollywood?
liked Hollywood.
I like Hollywood
They
too.
didn't like Buddha. I liked Hollywood.
But you don't like Buddha?
No.
I like
Because
Hollywood.
Buddha is formulaic.
No.
I know Gia
like
would
it.
like Hollywood.
First
You
of
like
all,
Hollywood?
We could throw
You like
Hollywood
Hollywood.
in the trash.
Hell
and they
no, we
both
can't
look
throw
good.
Hollywood in the trash. No.
No, you
I liked
can't
it.
take Hollywood out.
Surprise.
But wait, not every song to me I've liked. I just didn't want to hear a whole. I was talking to Sylvia about it. My friend Sylvia from BuzzFeed.
Sylvia O'Bell's in the building.
We were, you know, I was telling them I don't want a whole Drunken Love album
either, yeah.
God. And although I love Drunken Love, it sounds great. One song is just enough for me. I'm okay. And then Crazy in Love. What was it? What's the other one?
Crazy in Love.
There it is.
First one.
I
Deja
had it.
Vu.
Deja Vu.
I mean, I guess it's cool that
Deja
Their
Vu
first one
Lift-
was,
the
That's
one we
Hollywood.
started with, had Kanye.
Yeah.
On the Run, Part 2.
I guess it's cool though that they answered questions in a sense. You know, they've given us. I mean, not
got
that we were
personal.
really. It did get personal.
They got very personal.
It did. Not
They
that we
said,
were really
"Kanye, I'm not leaving
asking
the
for
house."
it, because it was just like, okay,
I just love seeing them together, honestly.
you cheated.
There's
mean,
pictures for that.
I love their coming. You know, I'm all about like video and stuff like that. So I like seeing them together interacting. I love Beyonce bossing up,
She looks
being
so
the
good.
queen that she is on video. So for me, it's just like the visuals. Y'all
Hearing
know how I am
Beyonce
about
curse
it.
is like hearing
It's crazy. You gotta kind of still get
Pope?
used to it.
It's like
the
hearing
Pope
your
curse.
It's like hearing your
Literally,
mother
it's like-
curse. It's like hearing your
No,
mother
because
curse.
my
Like,
mother curses all the time, so I don't know anything about that. But love you.
Just rap.
I don't know. No, I will say that Beyonce on tour just looks super duper happy, like just happier than
And thick.
she was on
Thick as
last
grits.
tour. And I just like that it just seems comfortable on the album. Like they're just like
Yeah, they're very much.
just comfortable. We're just gonna do this. We just
Because they did it the first time. They did it already.
She's right. This is
so
part
now
two.
they're back again for an On the Run tour too.
But that's what
So
people are
everybody's
interested
more
when it comes to
comfortable.
Beyonce and Jay, just more detailed information
Yeah.
about what happened. So they're gonna keep feeding you crumbs.
Listen, I'm gonna
until
see it
they
anyway.
leave that narrative out.
Snap it like I'm at the Beyonce
No,
and Jay
that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna go
me all the
anyway because it's
tickets.
Beyonce.
We'll take all y'all's tickets.
I'm done with watching Jay-Z perform. I've put my hat down.
Well, yes.
I've watched
That is
it.
a big
I've seen Jay-Z about a cool 6 times in my life.
I mean, that is
I'm gonna put
enough.
my hat
And
down.
it's the same Jay-Z.
I'm done.
Yes, that's true.
But Beyonce, you know, I do like watching her. She's an entertaining woman.
Entertainer.
You know what I'm saying? And we won't do the Michael Jackson versus Beyonce.
Not
Nope,
today.
not tonight.
It's just dumb. It's just dumb.
That's why.
My mom will come on here and slap me. So, but you know, Beyonce is one of the greatest entertainers of all.
One of.
Agree.
So yes,
One of.
that's right, Rebecca.
All right.
Agreed.
Okay, guys.
Okay.
We've got to do these questions and answers.
Okay.
So, who has questions for? Obviously, you guys are the members that we never get to talk to. So, if you guys have a question, where are our mics? For
Right
our-
here, we got one right on this side and one on that
Yes,
side.
perfect. So, guys, come down, please. And
Well, I'll come to
we
you.
will
I saw
talk
somebody over here.
honestly and candidly.
We'll come to you.
His hand shot
The
out.
the point of all this is so we can meet and hang with y'all. So if you have questions,
Oh Lord, the first is a man. Y'all got the first to be a dude.
Sacrificial lamb.
He wasn't scared.
I saw somebody raise.
and this is what always happens. Wait, what
Give it to
happened?
him. What happened?
You don't want to
Okay, we got
answer?
it. First question. What's your name, sir?
Oh, you didn't want them to come
My
out.
name's Rafiq Luazon. I'm a writer for DaySummit.com, and I'm a recent graduate from LIU Brooklyn.
Shout out to
LIU in the building.
Can you put the mic like a little? There you
Yeah,
go.
and then
There you go.
just-
Sorry, it's hard to hear you.
Yeah, I already it's just for so.
Oh, never mind. Now it's worse. It's worse. There you go. There you go.
Pretty crazy.
You mean?
Yeah, I got a
It's hard
question.
to hear.
How did the whole idea behind the Black Girl podcast came about?
Oh,
Oh, how did this come about?
the idea
do that quick.
of Black Girl Podcast. Real
Sophia,
quick, brief.
Well-
Sophia, yeah, do it.
We were in the traffic circle at Hot 97, and the ladies were screaming on me
Yes,
about.
We were.
Being trifling.
a relationship issue.
I wasn't being trifling. It was about this trifling ass nigga. That's what it was.
Or that.
Clear it up.
Or that.
Clear it up.
Clear it up.
And they were like, you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do this. And I was like, listen, guys, I'm going to live my life.
Yes.
That's just what I do.
I'm gonna live
And
my
then
life.
Ebro was like, you ladies should start a podcast and call it the Black Girl Podcast. And he was snapping us. Yeah, he was snapping us.
Hey!
Yeah.
Behave, everyone.
So that's it. I'm like, that's it. I mean, that's pretty much how it came about. And then, like, a few months later, we were like,
Wait, months? Was it months?
yeah,
I will
it
say
was
this
months.
because you're not giving yourself credit.
No, I'm
Ebro
not.
snapped it.
Get out.
No, because y'all need to understand. Ebro was like, just came out, just pulled out his phone. He was like, look, this is what a Black Girl Podcast would be like. And I think one of us, I can't forget, I don't know if it was me or like one of you guys, we were just like, oh, that's a dope idea. But you really made sure we recorded. And you were like, we're gonna do this. Because initially, I don't even think Gia was there that day, but you were like, I have a 5th member. I recruited Gia Peppers.
That's right, I did
Yes.
that.
Wait, I wasn't there.
So, Sophia
No, I was
literally-
there.
Gia was there.
I was there.
No, you
Yes,
weren't
you
there.
was.
Okay,
She
so
came after. You weren't there in that moment. You had came
she
after.
was
No,
there
no,
that
I was
day.
there.
Let me
I was
clear
there
it
because
up.
Hold on, Pastor.
I was on
This
Ebro
isn't
thingy.
about me. Let me clear it
I was
up.
on Ebro
You can
thingy.
sit back.
I feel like y'all already had a group chat because I
Yes.
wasn't in the office
So
every
that's
day.
what happened.
Yes.
Gia wasn't always in our office. Basically, just to clear it up real quick, and then we can move on. The 4 of us, excluding Gia, we worked tirelessly at Hot 97. I'll play with y'all.
All right.
But Gia would come in and out, and she freelanced.
With Ebro only, so I
that
would only come in
day
the
that they
mornings.
were, berating me and making me feel so bad, Gia happened to be there, and that's how it happened. And then the 4 of us were already in a group chat, and I was like, we'll add Gia to this mix.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
and then
she
I
was
got into the
literally
group
the
chat.
battery in the back that made us, like, she physically sat us down to record. It was literally like 4 weeks later.
Thank you.
So she's the reason that
Stand
we're
up and
here.
take your bow. Stand. Go, go, go.
Oh,
Yeah.
take a bow.
Look at
I
that.
hate it. Come on, Jesse. Come on, 8 count.
Tony.
8 count.
All right.
It's my little
You need
okay,
You're
thank
good.
you.
Okay. Next question.
Brianna has a question over here. Brianna.
Hey, girl.
Hi, ladies.
Hi.
You guys look so freaking good.
Thank you.
sis.
You're so nice.
Okay.
You look good too. I like your skirt. Okay, little two piece. I see a little
All right,
stomach.
with the comments.
I'm wearing my makeup tomorrow.
No,
I got a
so I
hyper-up.
came from DC today.
Thank you.
Originally
You
from,
said you came from DC?
from DC,
Hey,
girl.
girl. Hey, home, girl.
Originally from Philly, though.
Oh.
Yes. Hype. Just hype.
What do we do but win the Super
That's
Bowl?
cool
I'm
too.
just saying.
That's great. I love
Okay.
Philly.
So I just want to thank
Me
you
too.
guys for putting together BGP. I think all of us can identify with all of you, from wanting to be as aloof as Rebecca, or as level-headed as Alicia, or as classy as Gia, or as spunky as Safira, or as cool as Scotty.
Oh, I'm cool. I was ready for my word. I was like,
She called me.
what my
Can you
word
write
gonna
our
be?
bio after this? Can you also, I need you to hear this. Can you tell my mom I'm level-headed? Because she doesn't believe me. Nope.
She said level-headed.
So I just thank
Level-headed.
you guys for being transparent and open and honest. This question is for Scotty.
Oh.
So a lot of times in the podcast, you guys were like, I guess not mess up, but you guys will call her Deani and then like flip it and turn into Scotty, right? So
All of them do.
right. So I just want to know, in what ways is Scotty different from Deani, and in what ways?
Come
Good
on,
question.
B.
Yeah. We ain't even ever answered that.
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
That's
That's a good
You weren't
question.
even ready, sis.
Part
I was
two.
not prepared.
In what ways has Scotty saved or protected Deani?
Wow.
Thank you.
I like that.
You gotta come
I like
produce
that.
this show,
I
child.
like that.
Right. Do you want a job as a producer?
Okay.
Right.
Can you
come-
send us questions every week?
Right.
Thank
come
you.
to Brazil.
Jesus.
Because
Wow.
this is
Good
insane.
question.
Wow.
That's a really good question.
Well, Scotty.
I was not prepared.
I'm sorry, Deani, are you gonna answer or is Scotty gonna answer? I wanna know.
That was so good. This girl's funny. You're funny.
This is that's deep. And you know, I'm transparent. So I'm going to be as transparent as I can. Deani was a name that was given to me by my beloved mother, my love of my life. I love the name, but everybody kept effing it up, right? They couldn't say it. They would say Dasani, Delani, Denani, Deanie. You call me Deanie.
I do call you Deanie.
Houdini, Donnie. It's been so many different names that when I went to college, I went by Scotty. My last name is Scott. And so I was like, oh, Scotty sounds cool. I'll be Scotty. Then Twitter came in 2009. And I was like, oh, I need a name. Scotty. And I was like, what about Beam Me Up Scotty? I don't know where it's from, Star Trek or Star Wars, but it was like, and also Nicki Minaj came out with they said, that shit was fire. That stuff was fire.
Stuff.
So I said, what about, Scotty Beam? So Scotty Beam was my name now. They're the same person. Unfortunately, I don't protect myself as far as anything.
Wait. I said wait.
I'm a very open person. Oh yeah, not like that. I protect. Use protection. Jameer, what you doing?
They must have listened to the last episode. That's why they were saying
I
that.
didn't say nothing crazy.
No. We just had a lot
Clear
of
it
sex
up.
talk
Oh, we had a lot of
in the
sex talk.
last episode.
Yeah, but we had a lot of abstinent talk too.
You gotta have sex talk to have abstinent talk.
Exactly, Mom. So, that's a good question because I don't know how to protect myself, period. I am so open and so transparent. Sometimes, the episodes shift. Yeah.
Wow.
I can't listen.
Where I opened up and talked about my disdain for men. They just upset me. And at some point I do regret talking about it because not because of y'all, but because of the men that listen.
Right.
The men that listen that were like, oh, you damaged, you hurt, you did. I'm sorry they damaged your soul. I'm like, Jesus. I'm like, but you know, I wanted to be that open for you guys because I know there was nobody to be open for me. And I know there was nobody to talk to me about having these like fears of neglect and being so cold to men and, you know, being aggressive and all that stuff. I know people like that in my family, but I don't necessarily know anybody who's walked through it. So I wanted to talk to you guys about walking through it, but I regretted it because I was like, I should have protected myself a little bit more or chose my words a bit more carefully because of what men said. And some men, not y'all here, because I'm sure y'all are lovable in love. But yeah, I think I need to learn how to protect myself. And I think Scotty Beam is a way more outgoing person. Deani sometimes is not so much. I've learned that when I go to parties, you know, by myself or whatever. I'm very reserved at times. I speak when spoken to. You know what I'm saying? I know how to have a good time, but as far as being silent, I know how to do that. And I think that's the Deani, and Scotty Beam is completely and utterly loud all the time and likes to have a good time. So I'm both those people every day. I don't think I turn it on when I get in front of people. It depends on the hour. It really does, on what I want to be, because I can't be just one person. I have all these great characteristics about me that I know that I can't just be one. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. I want to learn how to protect myself more. So that's why therapy is a thing.
That's a good hashtag.
Yeah, therapy's a thing. So yeah, that's it. Great question. Amazing question.
Yes, you should be a journalist.
Yeah.
Yeah, one right there.
We have more hands.
Over her.
Oh, right here. I'm like,
Hey, girl.
Hello. So my name is Mari Watson. I live in Harlem. I first just want to start things off by just saying thank you so much for creating this platform to unify us as women. You ladies are a inspiration.
Oh, thank you
so thank you. My question is in connection to the album. I will touch it real quick. Everything is love. If you have heard the song Love Happy.
Favorite.
I want to know your opinions on, because Beyonce has received a lot of criticism regarding her forgiving after the cheating and etc. So I want to know your opinions in regards to forgiving and moving forward after you have been hurt or adultery or whatever that may be. What would your stance be on that?
In a relationship?
In a relationship, in a marriage.
I ain't never been married, so.
Yeah. So, but what would be your deal breaker? Would you be able to be, I guess, if you want to use the words, that grown or mature or whatever you would say?
So that's an interesting thing. I mean, I feel like there's so much to unpack there. I really do believe that relationships are personal, and it's like, it sucks because just because Beyonce chose to forgive him does not make her less of a woman or less strong or less incredible. Like, just because she did that does not mean that she's like a less of a woman. Like, do I believe that some of the things she went through are toxic and horrible? Absolutely. But like, my parents are still together, and I've seen them go through many things, ups and downs. Like, I've seen it all. My mom talks to me all the time and is like, look, when you get married, men still gonna be men. And they ain't shit when it does, excuse me. But my mother uses shit, that's her word. She loves to say it. She literally be like, shit. It's true. And so she's always given me like the love yourself. Know how to love yourself in levels that doesn't even make sense. Because when things do happen, you have to decide like what is your thing. Right. So from watching my parents, I've learned that sometimes people go through things. Because my mom ain't the perfect wife and my dad is not the perfect husband. What they are people who choose each other every single day and choose their children and their families and make sure that like if this is gonna be us, it's a partnership and a journey. So for me, I am a forgiving person naturally. Like I'm always like, okay, wait, okay. If someone hurt me, I'm like, okay, but wait, their shoes. Think about their shoes. How did they come to this? Because if you really think about it, their dad did something to them when they were little.
That's why their shoes are talking.
That's why.
Right.
Their shoes. But I also need to be better at that, you know? So I think it's a balance. I think you have to be very, very careful. But like, I think forgiveness is a personal choice. And I think if you judge somebody for forgiving someone, that says more about you than it does.
And being forgiven, you have to be super mature to forgive. So in its own right, that just shows her strength there. And honestly, and I don't think we can really ever speak about it because we're not married, but I think forgiving in a marriage
We've all been cheated on, though, right?
I have not.
Yes.
That I know of.
I have not. You peon I doesn't have the magic pussy.
That's not what I did.
I have the magic vagina.
So she said.
the magic vagina.
That's exactly what
If you
you
want to
said.
title me with that, I'll take
Okay,
it.
no, you already got the magic tone from Trey Songz, so come on.
Right,
let's
yeah.
go.
Tone. She said tone. She said tone.
What y'all thought I said, toe?
Yeah.
Tone as a voice. Yes.
She said tone from Trey Songz. Tone.
No, so I
Cleared it up.
it's hard. I never want to talk about what I would do in a marriage because I'm not in a marriage, so it's hard for me to be like, yeah, girl, if I was married and you cheated on me one time, I'm out. Like, I can't say that. Now, we talking about if I'm single, that's different, you know, but it all depends on the situation, the scenario, where you are, where he is. It's just about being transparent and honest and communicating with your partner. The one thing that I've learned from my last relationship is just communicating and being friends first, kind of like your situation. I feel like you're going through the situation I went through like a year ago, which is wild. And in that relationship, I learned to love my friend. Like, that was my friend. So I'm able to speak to him as a friend before my lover, and that's what makes it easier in being honest and transparent and having honesty moments and saying, listen, I can't deal with XYZ with you because of this, or he can say the same to me, or whatever the case may be. You have to build a foundation with that person in order to communicate and at some point forgive. But you're gonna go through moments where there's resentment. He resented me, I resented him, but we're back in a place now of communicating and be able to speak because we're mature. Gotta be mature.
All right, maturity. Yes, ma'am.
Whoop,
hard
me
to be
and
mature.
Scotty are not mature, clearly.
Not at all.
Not one bit. Don't have a word for that.
Hey, transparency, thank you.
Gotta be real.
I also think it's when we are the friend, we are the problem. Whenever we judge our friends for going back with whoever, and I know I've done it. I'm always like, you said you wasn't gonna talk to the nigga, you talking to the nigga, now I gotta deal with the phone call.
Oh, yes.
Because he don't have to deal with it. You don't wanna talk to him, you wanna talk to me. And cry about it all over again, but sometimes
Very true.
you have to understand and also put yourself in their shoes.
Yep.
And think about how deeply they might love that person and how they're willing to go through whatever storm to get to the other side with that person.
Right. And it's
So
not your business.
that, you know, I think us as friends, the friend us, sometimes a little trifling, a little trash, you know what I'm saying? But we need to understand and be like, you know, listen, don't come to me again, but listen. I am supporting this last time, girl.
But listen.
Jesus.
I'm mad at you, but
Right. Or, you know, I'm the dramatic one, right? I find out you cheated. I'm showing up. And I'm showing out. But when you're doing things like that, like, you know, when Beyonce did the Hold Up video, I was like, she's me, she sees me. Like, I'm that person. But you have to make sure that you're ready for the circumstances, the consequences that come after that. You know what I'm saying? Not everything is going to be like a Beyonce whole video of Lemonade where you go through, you fast, and then you break down stuff, and you say, who the fuck do you think I am? And then you learn how to, you know, let it go, and then you get back with him because you've already ruined his car, his clothes, his life, posted on social, did so much. It's already ruined. So
It's over.
I would say also we have to stop thinking that Beyonce does not live like a normal life.
Right.
She is a human just like all of us. She's
Right.
a woman just like all of us. She loves just like all of us. So I can't speak about marriage, nor can I speak about being so close to marriage, but I can speak about love.
Right.
And I know that I've been willing to let things go because of how much I love that person, and that person was willing to let things go because of what I've done. So, because not all the time, we're great. But although, low-key in between all of us, we're for real.
Great.
We're all great.
Oh,
We're
great.
all angels, and we're perfect.
Perfect.
But yeah, I think we just need to stop. I know she's great and she's amazing, and we look at she's an icon. It's amazing, but we also have to realize that she is a person. Like, she's a human, and she loves like anybody else. She really loves that man. You know what I'm saying? That is no question.
None.
There's none question there.
Coming down by his Lexus
Any other questions?
17.
We have time for one more question. Abby has a question over here.
One more.
Can we get like 3? Can we get like 3?
Can we get three?
First, I want
They
to
didn't even
thank.
go up.
Can we do 2 more? 2, 3? Why?
Yeah, but I need one more because we didn't even go up into the
that side.
stands. Up there. I don't even know if
We
they're
got a
called
mic over there.
stands.
We have a
but
mic
they're
over there.
stands.
Wait.
Okay, so let's.
No, Steve says.
So wait,
No,
let her
they're
ask the
seats.
question.
Guys.
First, I want to thank you for the podcast. I listened to you guys in the office. It's not like the most diverse, so I need some black girl magic now and then. I'm just saying. But how did you guys decide when to, you knew it was time to move on? I know you guys did a lot of freelance and so forth, so how did you know it was the right time
To leave your job.
to leave your job? Or to go on to your next thing?
I didn't have a right time. The opportunity just kind of fell on my lap, and I actually debated a better job because of comfortability at the job that I knew that I could do. So I think I had to realize that I needed a challenge and I needed to grow, and it wasn't going to happen at MS or at HOT for another like 3-4 years, and I just didn't have another 3-4 years to give to that company. And please understand, we all loved that company.
Love it to my
to
soul.
death, but we just I couldn't give anymore. So for me, it just was kind of like, it felt.
I love it, guys.
Savannah.
I'm just tapping my head. I love it. I love it. There's people there that I still love. And there's people there that I don't like.
Yes.
I
But
love
for
it.
me, it was just kind of like it happened. Like, I got the opportunity at Complex, and I just was like, if I don't take this, I know I'm gonna regret doing it. And you just have to kind of just leap out on faith. And I know Deani could speak to that for sure. All of us can, honestly, but I think your story was kind of one of the, biggest ones coming out of HOT, leaving and realizing that once you leave, you actually will flourish. And if you don't right away, that's okay too.
Yes, sis,
That's
'cause
okay.
Listen. When I decided, I was watching Nina Simone, and I think y'all heard it in the episode. She was like, what's really freeing, what's freedom is no fear. And I was like, I live by fear so much. I let it literally guide me into any space.
Me too.
I'm still learning how to let go of that fear. You know what I'm saying? Fear that you're not enough, that you're not all that you're cracked up to be, and just literally just being your worst critic. And that I had an idea of what I wanted to do and how I wanted to quit and all that stuff. But after I watched that, the next day I was like, I told my mom, I went to my mom, I was like, hey, I think we're gonna quit today. And she was like, great, get out, bye, it's time. And I just quit. Now, I don't suggest anybody do it like that, but I had to for my sanity. I was getting to a place where I was starting to resent people and people who I looked up to and started to really build this, it was just a gross wall with people that I know that they meant no harm, and they're not even thinking about the things that they're doing. I'm sure there's no intention, but because they're doing these things, it's starting to build up on me, and I'm not talking about it. I'm not telling anybody about it. I'm just coming in every day and doing what I'm supposed to do and trying to overwork and do all these things. And then one day I just had a moment where I was like, I can't do this no more. I have to figure out what I'm gonna do. Although Hot 97 has been the place. I've been in that building since I was 7 years old, okay? So it was time for me to step out on faith. It was time for me to leave the nest. That was the nest for me. I was comfortable there too. I knew that if that didn't work out, I had this. That didn't work out, I had this. That didn't work out, I had this. But that also made me put half my work into the things that I was doing. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't working as hard because I knew I had this. So I was like, I'll try a little bit, and if it doesn't work out, I got hot. You know what I'm saying? This time when I quit, it was like, now what you got? And I needed that because I needed to learn how to rely on myself and really figure myself out as a working woman, as work ethic is involved. I know I worked really hard for 97 because I have such love for the brand. The brand alone was my heart. I lived the brand, right? So I wanted to make sure I stuck by it. I learned it. I knew it. I did all of it. But at that moment, I was like, okay, now what else do you got? Because, you know, even if that brand was to go, now what you got? You don't have nothing. That's good. And you spend so much time putting into a brand that can easily let you go. And then you're left with nothing.
That energy.
You don't have nothing. So when I quit, I was up, you know, I was hyped too. I was like, and I'm out, and I'm gone, and I'm going to flourish. Then like the first few weeks, I was stuck. And I don't want to sell this dream also to y'all that I was like getting the jobs and they was falling in the laps. And no, they were happening. But still in the back of my mind, I'm like, if this doesn't work out, what are you going to do, sis? Like, you can't go back. So you have to work really hard. So this time, this 2 years, what is it, a year now? It's been a year in May. Wow. I've learned how hard I can actually work and what I'm capable of doing. I'm still, you know, I did Broccoli Fest. Before Broccoli Fest, I wanted to I was like, hey, can you turn the car around and go back? I'll give them the money. I'll give them the money. Just please, I want to go back home because I didn't know I had what it takes. Whatever it takes to be a host for Broccoli City Fest, I didn't think I had it. So I just, you know, I had to talk with my mom. We prayed, you know what I'm saying? And I said, okay, fine. And it happened to be one of the best events I've ever hosted. It was the best experience of my life. So that's just a test. Like, you have to wait on it, and you have to depend and count on yourself. If you don't count on yourself, no one else will. No one. And no one. Because if they don't see that confidence in you, they're like, well, bitch, I ain't supposed to have that confidence. I don't know how to depend on you if you can't depend on yourself.
And just imagine what half the energy that you put into a brand that's not yours, what you can do with putting a brand
in yourself.
Just imagine that.
Right.
But just to clarify, there's nothing wrong with having a 9-to-5.
Not at all.
Benefits are a real thing.
Yes, they are.
I have that now.
So I don't want anybody to feel like tomorrow, I must quit my job, everybody must quit my job.
Yeah,
but I just want everyone, you know, if you feel like you have to follow your dream, do it.
You did the 9-to-5, and you also had your own brand.
Right, but so the crazy thing about that is when the money is not coming in.
That's one of the handheld mic. Sorry.
Hey, you want to keep it steady, sis?
I mean, transparent. So transparently, yeah, just
that's right.
turn that mic off, I guess.
You got it. All right.
Sounds like somebody was like.
They still do it. When the money isn't coming in and you feel like you're doubting yourself about what you're doing for your own brand, or you're not sure, or like you need a job. You need a job. It's cool to do the entrepreneur stuff. It's cool. Yay, let's live this life. But I think entrepreneurial spirit has become so romanticized, and it's become so like, I'm going to be an entrepreneur. I'm going to save the world. It's really not like that. It's not easy at all. Right. It's not something that's a walk in the park. It's damn sure not glamorous. I remember I just was telling the story yesterday. I remember somebody judged me like that's the CEO of Sassbox because I had on jeans and a t-shirt, and I don't care. Like,
Oh, then y'all don't want to see me.
right, I don't care. But like,
That's crazy.
you'll go through things like that.
Right.
But you'll also go through things like that at a 9 to 5. I've been in 9 to 5s from hell, like complete hell. And I'm not talking about Emmis, but complete hell. I've been in positions where it's like micromanaged everything. I'm not talking about Emmis, guys. I love Emmis.
No, it wasn't. It was the
Oh.
crowd. The crowd is being really
But
mature.
it's not
The crowd.
the crowd.
Jameer.
It's Jameer.
That's it. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
All right.
What was the one all the way upstairs? Just scream it, sis. Scream it. I can hear you.
Hey,
Hey,
Steph.
Stephanie.
Hey, girl.
Congratulations.
That's to all the graduates in the building.
You about to see what real life is about. It's hell.
Wait, what?
She's like, I'll wait.
I did.
Yes, hey, bestie. Hey, girl.
Ooh. Oh, good.
So if you didn't hear her, her question was, what do you do to protect your peace?
All right. That's good.
Who wants to go? Rebecca, I feel like you have a good one.
No, I'm actually working on that.
Right.
Because I feel like I'm working so much on being a better person for other people that I'm working myself to the fucking bone. And then I'm just like, what did I really do? Like, at the end of the day, I'm like, what did I do today? For myself, even. So it's like, I'm figuring out, is it writing? Is it journaling? Is it breathing deep? Is it working out? I'm trying to figure out how to really hold that peace for myself because I'm always ending my days disappointed.
Oh.
And it's like, I shouldn't because I'm doing things for those that I love, but it's not fulfilling me how it needs to. So I'm like, I'm working through to find that point for me, honestly. It might be working out and writing, honestly, yeah.
I just love you. You're just so great.
To protect my peace, pray. Amen. Pray. Honestly, I had to think about it for a while.
That was you?
Yes.
Amen all night.
I think that's what like centers me, and I just looked at my best friend. Everybody say, "Hey, Debbie."
Hey, Debbie.
She's gonna be like, "Shut up." But she actually was. She reminded me the other day, like fasting and prayer really do work. Yeah. So I think that's what really like sets the tone for me, especially when it's like chaotic and I'm being erratic or rude or cutting people short because I have such a huge habit of doing that.
Yep.
And
Yep.
all right.
Yep.
Dragging it. We're all
No,
dragging
not
it.
at all. It's transparency.
But,
Transparency.
prayer and fasting really help to get sat back.
I have to agree with that as well. I think when I was in my most protected space of peace, I was going to church every Sunday, and I had not been doing that. And I've been noticing distraction after distraction after distraction. I can't even get my room clean, guys. Like,
Same,
you
sis.
see
Same.
my room, you guys would delete me, report me as spam. My sister, relax, don't tell my business, Raymond.
Oh, your nephew's really laughing.
Because he knows it's terrible. And I think my room is just a reflection of what's going in my head.
Yep.
And I'm stuck. I can't find my peace because I'm all over the place, overwhelmed with work and not, trying to figure it out and where I want to go next, losing weight and gaining my weight back just all of that.
I like to lose it first.
Right.
But I really
Jesus,
must
keep it off,
say,
Lord.
I think the space that I was best in, where I had my peace protected, was prayer. I was praying all the time. Even if I didn't go to church, I would wake up in the morning, and even if all I said was, "Thank you, God," I would say that every morning. And I know that I haven't been doing it, and that's why my peace isn't as protected and sacred as it could be. And I just think to get yourself centered, it doesn't need to be a God or whatever. Like I said in one of the episodes, it just needs to be your source energy, your universe. Whatever that center is for you, you have to find it and you have to go to it every single day.
Trust it.
And trust it.
Ooh, and trust it.
Yes.
That's, yeah.
So I'm gonna get that room cleaned, y'all, one day.
That's my room is
That's so
filthy mess.
That's such a good question because that's very tough to do. Like, I think all of us, the reason why we all are so like understanding of each other is because we're all, the 20s are like the time where like everything is happening. Like you're setting up your life. You're figuring out your finances. Who are you gonna marry? What are you gonna do? What's your life about? Like everything is happening at the same
Am
time.
I getting married?
And now, are you gonna get married? Are you gonna have kids? Like,
Kids? That's
are you gonna freeze your eggs? Like, it's like, okay, all right. It's so many questions.
For that.
Well,
It's not.
well,
really.
some people ask.
Not really.
If you got that money, people do it now. But I'm like,
Lisa's like,
for me, I definitely try to do prayer because prayer is definitely like, you know, the thing. Because you don't have to do it. Like, I think people get afraid of prayer because they're like, you have to be like, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be. No, you should be like, yo, God, yo, fam.
Yes.
You can be like,
No,
fam.
seriously.
Like, you told me that I was going, like,
I mean,
What's
I've
good?
said it.
What's
I've
up?
said it on episodes before. Like, I know for sure God be like, "What the hell are you doing?
yeah, like, you
Is
know.
that what I told you to do?"
For
And
sure.
he'll place it, and you'll be like, no, don't want it,
right.
not
Don't
yet,
want
not
it.
ready.
Yeah, but I think that if you find a way, whatever brings you to the highest level of that frequency and that energy that you really, really love to be at, there's a place there that like we all strive to get to. And I feel like all of us feel it, whether if you're painting, dancing, singing, acting, if you're doing something that makes you feel like, wow, this is great, I belong here, then try to get to that place as much as possible. Try to like do those things as well that bring you peace, because if it's up to all of us, we're always gonna be in a place of peace, but sometimes we're not. And that's okay, but try to get back by doing some type of activity, if it isn't prayer.
Especially coming from where, like, you just graduated and you're about to see what real life is, and you're about to really see how this real life about to be. I suggest you try everything out and see what you like. I like meditating. Meditating, and I practice breathing. Because I am a former hothead, I am.
Former?
Wow.
That's crazy. Former. I've calmed down since Africa, and you said it.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
she's
It
different.
was the African
different.
trip.
There's still an asterisk.
It was.
Is I
This
say
is a disclaimer at the
Don't
bottom.
you dare do that to the ancestors.
All right. So, I think it's, breathing was my best way of learning how to appreciate breath and appreciate your moments and not wasting them on moments that you will forget. Because once I yell at somebody, I usually don't forget. I usually forget, or sometimes I'm like, oh, that really wasn't worth it. Like, it wasn't worth it yelling at this person or telling this person off, but I needed to do it at that moment. And sometimes you have to live in that moment and say, is it really worth it? Mm-hmm. And I think sometimes I don't even ask the question, I just breathe. And sometimes I close my eyes. Even if somebody's talking to me, I don't really like how they're talking to me.
Look. Getting hot right now. Ain't
No,
nobody talking to you, sis.
I don't like how they talk to me. I don't like how they talk to me. So I'll have a moment where I'll close my eyes, and for me, sometimes it'll be envisioning, like, I try to envision my grandfather, my papa, and my most, like, serene moments where I'm just chilling with my papa, and we're watching 300 or whatever it is, and I try to meditate about better times, happier times, just to bring me some peace at the moment. Because as soon as I open my eyes, I got to get back to what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You can't get lost in the peace. Some people be like, hey, I'm peaceful 4 hours, and you have stuff to do. You got things to do. You know what I'm saying? Right. Now, have I learned how to be peaceful and do stuff? No.
You heard that, Miss Shayla?
No. Do stuff? No, not necessarily. But I've definitely calmed down because of meditation. Just taking a quick 10 minutes, 15 minutes, because I'm telling you, girl, you about to see what this life is really about. It's fun, though.
It's gonna be fun.
I mean, you have fun.
Oh, yeah, it's not dark
but
like that.
sometimes you have too much fun.
Two.
Then you
And
say,
how
oh,
old
it's
are you?
bills.
You just
22?
graduated, so you're 21? Girl.
Live it. Live your
Don't find
life.
that peace yet, sis.
Live your best
Have
and
fun.
most
You got
fun life.
You got
time,
I don't know.
You got till 24, girl.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm
bumping
Do
up
it
to
all.
about 26, 27.
I don't know, because I just stopped living my life last year.
Hello?
So I don't know.
Hello?
You do what you please, baby girl.
I just stopped living my life last week.
Girl.
But guys, we have to wrap it up.
Because it's over.
It was too short.
But we wanted to, dang, do we have time to do the questions?
Yes.
All right, so we have prizes.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. We have prizes to give up,
Yep.
to give out to the people who have been listening, all right? So our friend Mia is gonna ask some questions. Oh, the people, it's really our like best black girl podcast listeners. So she has some questions. If you really know us, they're super easy. And you'll get some free prizes, yeah!
But you have to raise your hand, and So Mia, Mia will pick.
Mia's gonna pick.
Blame me.
You gotta raise your hand.
I am
Don't
going
shout
to
it out.
pick.
I'm gonna close my eyes because I don't.
All right, so we have some gifts for you guys. Only the true fans, so friends, family, Jameer, Shayla, Mouse, y'all cannot answer, okay?
Family, Jameer.
All right, so real quick, who blames everything on being Haitian? Raise your hand, don't scream it out. Who blames everything on being Haitian? Young lady in the orange, stand up. Are we ready?
Dope.
Can we get her
I
gift?
gotta do a better job.
Right, give her a handbag. Yes.
Get better, cuz.
Step down to get that gift.
Oh, I'll tell
People
after.
gonna raise their hands.
All right,
Everybody
next.
knew.
All right, next. Now, who is the Disney princess of the group who believes in love and
Somebody in
life
the back,
and
Mia, somebody in the
everything
back.
amazing?
Somebody in the back.
Somebody in the back. Young lady in the white, stand up. All the way back there. Gia Pepper.
That's me.
This is us.
All the way in the back. All right, now, which of the girls credits music to saving her life?
Get somebody
Raise your hand.
This
Mia,
way,
to
on
the
this
left.
side.
Oh, y'all don't know.
I would like to get the lady in the yellow. Stand up.
So the last two will be for your
Scotty Beam, that's right.
Okay.
Let's get her a gift.
So Mia, only do
Yeah, you
two
gotta
more.
do one over here.
Okay. Which girl identifies with the MTV high school character who is like, has no emotion, hates everything?
Mia,
Mia.
there's a guy in the back. Guy in the back.
Blue in the back. What's up? Right here, lady. Yes.
Hey.
Black Dahlia
I
Banks.
care now.
You
I care.
better know her.
I do care. I do.
Okay, so
Now, last one.
last one.
I care.
Which girl always has a disclaimer on deck?
So only one person.
On deck.
One person.
Oh, we did.
Where should I pick it from, guys?
Pick it from.
All the way in the back, in the center.
Yeah.
All the way in the back,
Yes.
in the center,
Stand
a
up with
man.
the hat.
The
Right
guy,
here.
right there we go.
Guy.
Right here.
Who is it?
Can you
Say
say it?
your name, baby.
Sapphira.
Sapphira,
He said
yeah.
Sapphira.
Very
He said
good.
it.
Okay,
Let's
so-
hook him up with a
Pick
gift.
the guy.
I did pick
No, that's not nice.
Alicia was saying pick him.
Don't.
He could give it to his sister.
Yeah. All right, so sir, we are mailing you your gift, so we can come down, give us your info. But we have to thank Black Market Vintage, my friends, my two friends right there. Can you stand up, Kiana and Jenna? Stand up, please. They are the curators of an incredible brand.
Oh my God.
That they collect antique black moments, like incredible things that are like, you guys need to follow them, but Black Market Vintage is incredible. Of course, Lit Brooklyn. Daniqua is not here tonight, but you guys got candles. Those candles save lives, change your whole life.
Yes, they do.
Daniqua is incredible, so follow at Lit Brooklyn as well. We want to thank Meredith for allowing us to have this space in this moment. We want to thank you guys so much for coming. Like the fact that y'all really that y'all really came is incredible. So we want to give you guys a round of applause.
Thank you.
We also want to shout out Eden Body Works. 2 of the last winners will be getting packages from them. So you guys make sure you come and give us your home addresses so that we can ship them out to you. And we want to thank DJ Enough and
Big
the Heavy
Spanish.
Hitters, Big Spanish. I don't know if he's here, but he is responsible for our next surprise that we have for you.
Yeah, so we have a little bit of a reception. if you can stay, it'll be a little here and a little upstairs. We have a little wine from Marcel Wine, so they gave it to us because we want to have a moment where we can toast with you guys to 1 million downloads, which is crazy. When we started this, we didn't know that we were doing something that people would care about. So the fact that y'all care means a lot to us. So thank you so much for caring.
Can we just do one last thing? Can we do like a selfie video of them like screaming, oh my God.
You know what would be even more dope? I don't know if audio can help us with this, but it'd be really dope if we could all swag surf. I'm just saying.
Oh, I mean,
that would be dope.
I so played out. Everybody's gone.
That would be dope. Why y'all doing that?
but we don't have the music queued up though. Now don't.
Thank you. Would you like to come to stage? Oh, okay.
But we can't cue up the music though.
Yeah, I don't think they have music ready.
Okay, it's fine.
So I think we should just
The
be
next
like
one though. The
the
next
next
one.
one.
Black
Always
Girl
wanna
Pod.
dance.
Gotta dance. Black people love to dance.
I think we should do Black Girl Pod.
Real quick.
So,
So,
everybody, wait, are we getting in it?
Gonna turn around. We're
Yeah.
gonna do you guys, and then I was gonna turn this way. I'll count it off. Oh, there you go. Boom.
Oh.
Okay. All right, so then give us a count of 3. Hi. Or maybe somebody, you should just do from right here and then get all of us.
So everybody stand up.
Stand up!
Stand up.
Oh, yes, more help. Oh.
Everybody up.
We can't really back up. Let me see up my ass.
On the count of 3, I want to hear
No, Black Girl Pod. Black Girl Pod.
On the count of 3, I want to hear Black Girl Pod. Are you ready?
Yeah.